Good afternoon, then.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing so well. What about you?
I'm also good.
Okay. So, may I know about you?
Yeah, my name is Pallavi Dhingra and I'm an English trainer by profession. About my qualification, I'm a postgraduate teacher in English. Apart from this, I have been like teaching online for the last 10 years. And I love to see changes in the life of the people when they improve through my teaching.
Okay, great. And I'm extremely glad to connect with you because you are English trainer. So definitely, you can correct me. And if I'm making any mistakes, so please end of the session you can correct me. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. So first of all, ma'am, I want to know about your, as you told me that from last 10 years you have been in this profession, right? So could you please elaborate it a little bit? How did you start and what was the purpose and all? Are you
I tell
enjoying?
I
Yeah.
started somewhere like before Corona. I have mostly international students because earlier the concept of online teaching is not popular in India. It become popular like after Corona and from Corona time period. So I gave classes to the international students, and now I have like students from India as well as outside India. And I started by giving training for IELTS. Like IELTS is an exam that one person has to appear when they are going abroad for their higher studies. And then from there, like English speaking, teaching personality and personality development tips, spoken English vocabulary, creative writing, like all this stuff that comes in. Now, if I teach a bundle of all these things because just speaking English is not important. The way you present yourself matters a lot. So I work on the overall development of the person.
Mm, okay. And I want to know about the speaking part. So what is the most important thing when it comes to speaking?
See, as I mentioned, speaking English is important, but the way you are presenting yourself matters a lot. I give you one example. Suppose you have to say, um, I'm very happy today, and you say I'm very happy today because I got a present from my mom, and now I'm saying the same line in a different way out, in a better way out. I'm very happy today. I got a present from my mom. See, this is what the person needs to learn while speaking. Using your body language, your expression, your tone should support your words. So, this is something which is very important while speaking English these days. Because earlier, what happened if you're speaking English is like okay, but nowadays, the way you are convincing and the way you are putting across your thoughts matters a lot.
Okay, exactly. I do agree with that thing. But most of us, we feel so underconfident. And if I talk about myself, so when there is a person who is speaking very good English and his pronunciation and everything is too good, and when it comes to speaking, I lose my confidence. So could you please share some tips that how can I overcome this thing?
See, I tell you why it happens when you know the things and somebody comes to you, you lose the confidence. Number one, it is the person doesn't believe in himself that yes, I can speak. So, number one, it is you should start believing yourself that yes, I can do it. Yes, sometimes it happens. We have the resistance. If somebody comes up, we just get like this, we are taken aback, we have the resistance, but then say to your inner voice that yes, I can do it. Number one thing. Number two, it is when you are speaking to somebody, just think that English is just a language. It has nothing to do or show about your being. For example, uh, can you make a cup of tea?
Hmm.
Can you make a cup of tea? I'm asking you.
Yes,
Okay, and if I ask you to make 2 cups of tea, can you make that?
yes, I can.
Very good. And if I say that today there are 50 people coming to your house, can you make 50 cups of tea?
I can do it, but it's because I'm not habitual of this.
Okay, but you can do it. But you have the confidence, you can do it. That's really good. So, see, that means what? Confidence is situational. So, if you have to make 50 cups of tea, you have the courage. Yes, I can do it. But if you're speaking in front of somebody, you are just lacking over there. So, never say, I'm not confident. The biggest mistake people do is they say, we are not confident. Rather, they should say that we are not confident in a particular task. If you will ask me to make 50 cups of tea, I will just keep on measuring half cup water, half cup milk, like this way. So that means I'm not confident over there, but I can speak in front of anybody. So that means what? Confidence is situational. So one should never say that I'm not confident. You are confident, rather, just you can say, I need to practice more while speaking. You are a confident person. So, number two, it is you yourself brings you up, because just by using the negative word for ourselves, I'm not confident we bring ourselves down. Okay, so these two things are very important. And the third thing it is, while what happens, suppose I'm coming in front of you and I have this hitch, I can speak English well. So what happens, it comes because most of the time, rather the whole day, I'm thinking in my mother language. Suppose after this after the conversation, I will say, अभी मैं इसके बाद ये कर लूंगी, फिर मैं ये कर लूंगी, फिर उसके बाद ये. So I am best in my mother language. Why? Because I'm thinking in that language. Now if I will think in English now, after this session, let me just do this work, and then I will plan something else. After that, I will go for shopping. So what I'm doing, I'm thinking in English. So when I will think in English, the English comes the best out of my mouth. So this is what you have to do. Think in English most of the time. When you will be thinking in English, surely English is something that will come best out of your mouth. So this will really help you a lot. These three things. Number one, just say to your inner voice, I can do it. Number two, just say that your confidence is situational. Never say that I'm not confident. And number three, think in English. And if a person will be doing and following these three things, I can assure and guarantee anyone can speak English well. It is just a language and you need practice.
Exactly. And I do agree with this thing, and I definitely would love to follow this thing. Okay, ma'am. So, with this, I want to ask one more question here. So, most of the time, we say we have to focus on writing when it comes to writing and speaking. So, my dilemma is that when we are listening to anything, so people say that people always suggest every day you have to listen to something, right? So I'm confused here. Should we listen the same pod? I mean, if I'm not getting anything, right? So should I just have to complete my 15 minutes and then my task is finished, or should I need to repeat that twice, or for next day also I will
What
repeat?
do you listen?
Sorry,
What do you listen every day?
like I'm listening to any podcast, right? But most of the time that we are not getting it properly, right?
See, what I suggest, don't listen to different podcasts daily. Listening is important, but start from here. Don't just start from here like people, those who are native speakers, you start listening to them, then it is becoming hard for you. First, start with the Indian speakers, and then with the British speakers, and then going to the American speakers. So, start like step by step. And I suggest you to take one podcast for 2 to 3 days. Don't repeat the podcast like daily. Taking different podcast will not help you. I always go for quality, never quantity. Quality matters a lot. So go for quality. You even listen one podcast the whole week, but you should get the whole sense out of it. And always prefer listening something where there are subtitles initially, so you get the whole of it. And the other thing it is that when you are listening, if you're not getting it 100%, repeat the next day the same stuff. No need to keep on changing. That is not going to help you. Always remember, one should go for quality, not quantity. Quantity doesn't help, quality helps.
Right, exactly. And same goes with the writing also,
See,
because
writing, I suggest you, what do you write?
no, sorry, not writing, but I wanted to know about reading. Same goes with reading also, because people suggest you that every day you have to read at least one page. But most of the time it happens we find some books that are very difficult to understand. So it gets really difficult to read whether I have read that page, but we are not getting. So should I
I
repeat?
suggest you same for reading as well. Take one page a day, and if you do not understand, then practice the same the another day. The same one. Don't reach, take the another one. So the same reading you practice the second day as well. Because what matters is the quality, your understandability. Doing a lot of things will not help you. Doing less, but you are understanding to the fullest will help you.
Right. Yeah. So it's not important that every day I have to go with that. I just have to finish my task and I have to listen to
No,
everything.
no, it's not important. It is important that you do the task, but it is not important that you take every day another task until and unless you finish the previous one.
Okay, great. Really, really helpful. And most of the time it happens, then I get so confused that what should I do? Should I pick up the next page? Should I start reading the next page? Or should I spend at least 2 days, 3 days only with this page so that I can understand everything properly?
Yes, you follow this. Take one page for 2 to 3 days until and unless you understand, and then move towards the next one. This is going to be helpful.
Okay, thank you so much. And what about writing? So, what are some tips would you like to give for writing? Because the everyday writing this just to do list and maintaining journal, I think that gets that get so mundane, right? So, how can I come up with a variety when it comes to writing?
See, writing, I suggest you, first of all, if you want to improve your writing, you're like writing stories, creative writing, or writing any paragraph. So, what one can start with free writing. That means whatever comes to your head. Suppose whatever you have done from morning till now, just keep on writing. Whatever comes to your head. Then, after that, then go with the specific topic. First, start with whatever comes to your head and then go specific. This will really help you so much. Like then take a particular topic, like suppose some type pollution, someday online classes, the importance of online classes, the advantages of offline classes, like this way. So then you can choose variety. First, daily writing diary, I think it is good enough. Whatever you have done from morning till now, so that is really good.
Right. Exactly, I understood properly. And this is my one of my last question that I want to ask you. But when it comes to grammar, that really makes us confused. So I just want to know from you that what are some topics from grammar that we should complete for? Because when I talk about grammar, so that is so deep, right? We don't need to dive into this when it comes. If we
See,
want to.
I tell you, for grammar, one should start with in a structured route. What happens? You are taking one topic in between, like tenses, then you take another topic, active, passive, but you don't know the basic stuff. So, grammar, I always suggest if anyone is improving, it's better you go to any of the student or any of the person living nearby, take their books of second and third class, and then moving towards it and then learning grammar, because grammar needs practice. Taking any topic from between will not help you until and unless your basics are clear. So always cover the basic first. Don't wonder it is just of class 2, 3, 4 why we should do. But understand that these are the basic. Until and unless your basics are clear, you cannot do the advanced things.
Right, right. So what are some important topic if one.
See, I suggest few important topics one can start with. It is understanding what is a sentence, and then parts of speech. After that, one can do tenses, very important topic. And after tenses, one can move towards active, passive, direct, indirect, if you're really concerned about your writing. And then there are modal verbs. You can do subject verb agreement. So these are few topics that one can take.
Oh, right. But at least we should have a good command over these topic. Without this, it gets so difficult to
And
speak, right?
practice is very important.
Exactly. Right. One more thing I just want to ask you that when it comes to vocabulary, so how can I elevate our vocabulary and
See,
that is
vocabulary, I suggest you something. You go to my YouTube channel and watch a conversation video. I do like conversation videos. From there, I always give one activity for vocabulary. That activity is really helpful to improve the vocabulary, because learning daily new words will not help you, but practicing and using those words will help you. So I believe in practice and using. When you will be practicing and using those words, that's really going to help you. And next, you can go and watch that activity. That's really going to be helpful.
definitely I would love to visit your channel and definitely I would love and I would learn something new from there. Okay.
Yeah.
So as already asked her, please, I need feedback. So please, could you please provide feedback where I need to improve?
For you, see, you need to improve the way you are presenting yourself, the way you are speaking. What I suggest you, again, you can go to my channel, and over there I've added like short videos. You can take any short video and daily practice the same video for 10 times in front of the mirror, because if you're speaking in front of the mirror, there is nobody to correct you. Yeah, but if you have something as a model, I won't say like I'm the best one, but still you will be a level up. So the way I have spoken in that video, you copy that in front of the mirror. That will really help you a lot in order to improve yourself.
Okay, definitely. Okay, then thank you so much, ma'am, for connecting. Have a good
Okay,
day.
Graham, it was really nice connecting with you.